Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So for today's set, we have a cute little spring set, and this is actually a freestyle I did. So all of this I just came up with on the spot. So for the tips, I'm gonna use, so lately, y'all know on my videos I've been using the straight tips, but these are the tips that I really use, and these are the tips that I've been using, and these are the EC Basket coffin tips. um the reason why I stopped using them is because they didn't come with any refills, and I was getting tired of keep buying a new case. And the straight tips come with refills where you can just buy the size you need, so that's super convenient. But I personally like natural curved nails. I wasn't really a big fan of straight tips. Now they look nice, don't get me wrong, they look nice, but I they just came out, so I'm not 100% comfortable with using them all the way. And I can use them and make them look nice, but it takes me a little bit longer to shape those. So that's why I was using them for so long, because I was trying to get myself used to using them. But for this set, I just decided to go back to my old faithful and, use the tips I normally use. The reason why is because I can do these quicker, because I'm used to using these. I'm used to shaping these. I already know my lengths on this one, so I don't have to do any extra thinking. So I just decided to do these. I shaped them off camera, which I really didn't do much, and I left the whole tip. And now I'm just cleaning the dust off with some alcohol and my nylon brush. So that's just that. Now I'm about to show y'all the colors I'm about to use. I've been trying to get into the habit of showing the colors on camera, because I know sometimes whenever I record my voiceovers, I'm no longer at work at the shop. So I tend to forget the name of the powders. Like sometimes I know the brand because I know what I use, but I don't remember the exact name. And then some of these colors that I'm showing y'all, like this gold top in the chaotic claws, well, that is the gold top. The acrylics, I don't think they sell those anymore. You can try, but especially with the chaotic claws, I don't know if she's still selling her acrylics. But yeah, so normally with a full bling, so this nail is going to be full bling. Normally what I do is I put a holographic glitter down and then I cap it. That's why I showed that envy glitter just then, but I ended up not using it and just using polish instead. The reason why is because encapsulating takes so long. It really makes your set longer because you have to lay the design down and then you have to cap it with clear, so that's an extra step. And I didn't feel like doing that extra step because I had already had to do other designs, and it was really not necessary when I could just put a holographic glitter polish on top. And the real reason why you kind of want to have that glitter background is because whenever you do full bling, you will have gaps, and it's best to have glitter camouflaging those gaps so you can't really tell. But when I show y'all my full bling, you're gonna see what I use. So lately I've been trying this thing where I've been stacking glitters. So you see this glitter on its own, it's cute, but you see how it's not really just popping. So what I've been doing is taking more than one glitter and literally just stacking them on top of each other until I get the look that I'm going for. So immediately after I added that second one, you can tell it looks a little bit better. And then I added this like red, orange, reflective one on top of it. And now this looks so much better than just putting one glitter. Now, some glitters are like more opaque than others, but that one just wasn't. So I just stacked the other two on top. Now I'm going to take all of my colors and we're going to start the tie-dye process. I will be out of frame a little bit. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't really paying attention. But I'm gonna quickly explain the difference for me between tie-dye and marble. Now, the way that I'm doing this, you can definitely do marble the exact same way. But for me personally, I feel like there's a difference between the technique when it comes to marble and tie-dye. When I do marble, I like to apply my colors very thin and runny so the colors can purposely blend together. When I do tie-dye, I like for my colors to be thick and for the bead to be a little bit drier, and I like to purposely move the color around myself. Like, I don't want them to blend on their own. Because when you think about it, whenever you're making tie-dye t-shirts, you're strategically placing rubber bands in certain spots depending on how you want your tie-dye to look. But when you think of marble countertops, the marble is more organic. Things flow a little bit natural. So with tie-dye, I don't like for my colors to blend too much, because 9 times out of 10 I'm using a bunch of colors at once. And then if you let them over blend and over, marble, it's going to get very muddy and it's going to be not cute. So I like to, again, when I do tie-dye, I like to pick up larger beads. I like to drain them so they're not runny, and I strategically place the colors exactly where I want it to go. Now, I do sometimes blend, well, not blend, I do like a little swirl if I want a little bit of marbling happening. Like, you can see where I got some of the pink going up into the yellow and the green. I did that purposely. The color did not bleed into the yellow and green. I did that. So that's what I feel like is the difference between tie-dye and marble. And then also, whenever you're doing tie-dye, 9 times out of 10 you're using multiple colors. You can definitely use multiple colors with marble, but most of the time whenever you do marble, you do colors that are similar to each other, like different shades of purple. You might do a dark purple, a lighter purple, one in between, and light colors, pretty much colors that go together. And 9 times out of 10 tie-dye is more rainbow. So I went ahead and ombre that. I think that nude color is Young Nails Cherry Blossom, and then I'm capping with my Mia Secret Clear. And then also, because I laid my tie-dye colors kind of thick, I really don't have to cap with a super large bead. I just take one bead and pretty much kind of float it down. Now, if you lay your colors thin, you will need more clear to build structure. But honestly, y'all, you can build it up a little bit more with the color and then just cap thinly. Because sometimes what will happen is, if you use too much clear to cap something, it's, for some reason, it makes the color kind of cloudy and not as vibrant. So I really try not to make my cap layer too thick. So now you can see what I mean. Like, I strategically place the colors exactly where I want it, and I will push it around myself if I want it to marble. But whenever I do tie-dye, I just like to lay the colors at an angle and just leave it alone. Do not overblend, none of that, because you will mess it up. And then also make sure that you're using colors that complement each other. Never put a green by a pink. That is going to turn muddy. Never put an orange by a green. That is going to turn muddy. Or like a purple by a yellow. Like, that doesn't go. Try to keep your warm colors together, and then try to keep your cool colors together. And then honestly, you can just follow the order of a rainbow. Red, orange, yellows go together. Green, blues, purples go together. So, yeah. So, I decided that I wanted to add a little bit of glitter to this nail. So, that's what I'm doing right now. And you definitely don't have to stack any glitters up. Like, that is a lot of work, but I promise y'all, try it and you're gonna fall in love. Like, it makes a totally different type of glitter and it's so pretty. And again, I'm just floating the clear on top of it. I'm gonna go ahead and blend that up. Make sure your application is smooth always, because your application really helps determine how your shape is going to come out. Because I know a lot of times people do struggle with making sure they keep the shape during application, so they have to make up for it in the filing process. And then, you know, sometimes when you just get frustrated and got too much going on, you end up over filing, or you just get tired of filing, so it just never ends up how you want it to. So make sure, you know, you just keep your application clean. Now, y'all finna watch me struggle to glue these pieces on here. So I was using my nail glue. I should have used my super glue because it just would have instantly stuck on there, but I wasn't thinking about that. Anyway, I'm just using some dried flowers to go ahead and encapsulate on top of this nail. Now, when it comes to encapsulating stuff, make sure you lay this stuff flat on there, because anything that's sticking up off of the nail is definitely going to give you more trouble when it comes to encapsulating. So you see how this leaf thing has many layers to it. I'm making sure that I literally press it down with the other side of my tweezers. I'm just going to keep going back and forth with my glue. And then you are going to see me use some spray, and that's actually some glue dryer spray right there. And you can get that from Sally's. And it dries the glue instantly. Make sure you spray it from a distance though, because yeah, spray it from a distance. And you just need a little bit. So see? Anything that's sticking up, I'm just going to use my scissors to just cut it off, because it's really no point in trying to keep it. It's going to give you more trouble than anything. So make sure everything's 100% flat. I really loved putting all this flour and stuff on top of this glitter background. Like, the glitter background, top 10, like, does not miss. I really like that. I honestly wish I could do a whole full set of this, but I just know it's going to take so long. I actually did one before a while ago, but I did butterflies instead. That was super cute too. So on this thumb, I'm actually going to do a marble technique, so y'all can really see what I mean by marble versus tie-dye. I really didn't know what I wanted to do on the thumb. So I was literally freestyling, y'all. I know I wanted to do a spring set, and this client normally loves bright colors, so I knew bright colors and I wanted to do something spring. So I literally was just going off of that. So what I'm going to do is do this bottom half of this thumb orange. By this point, I still didn't know what I wanted to do, even though I already got acrylic on the nail. But I just knew I wanted to use the orange because orange is one of my favorite colors. So pretty much by this point, I was like, okay, I could do some type of ombre, but I didn't want to use nude because I'm like, that's so basic. Like, it's just a basic ombre. I didn't want to do a basic ombre. So I decided to do a marble glitter ombre. So this is the marble I'm about to get ready to do. And notice the difference between how much product I pick up and then the ratio of the beads. So now I'm just going to take a little bit of product, and you see how runny it is, and I'm putting the colors closer together, pretty much on top of each other, and I'm letting them bleed together, and I'm purposely swirling my brush to kind of mix them together. So that's the difference between a marble and an ombre, in my opinion. Like I said, they pretty much low-key kind of the same thing, but when it comes to like strategy and how something looks differently from the other one, I would say is one, marble is more organic swirls where you just let the colors do their thing, and tie-dye is more strategically placed and more of like thicker beads. So I'm gonna go ahead and cap this. Now if you can see, the tip of that the green leaf down there at the bottom is kind of sticking out from the acrylic, and I should have just cut it Don't know why I didn't, but it will file away when I do file. But you kind of just want to avoid it altogether because you know, once you file something that was meant to be encapsulated, sometimes it can leave holes and gaps in the nail, and you just don't want that at all, period. So this is pretty much the application part. I'm gonna go ahead and cap this thumb, and that'll be it. And then also my brush I got from my nail supply store, but this brush is so janky. Like, it's shedding worse than a synthetic wig, child. Like, it's shedding bad. And honestly, it was shedding when I bought it. So, but I just needed a brush at the moment. I did get a new brush. I got one from Too Cute, and you will see it in my newer videos. I think. But yeah, don't talk about my brush, y'all. It's kind of janky. Oh, what size is this? This is a size 12. But you know, over time, after using it for so long and flatten it, it really doesn't look like a 12. Make sure you take care of your brushes though, because yeah, your brush definitely determines how your set is gonna come out. Oop, and I accidentally stabbed the acrylic right there. Because sometimes I do be trying to move too fast. So make sure you be careful with that. But you see how I always make sure the top is smooth and then my sides are pushed in? I always try to get back to your pre-shape. How you shape the tips before you put the acrylic on there. Try to make sure your nails still look like that after you put the acrylic on. Because then there's really no point of you pre-shaping if when you put the acrylic on, you're just going to let it run everywhere. Alright, check those angles, make sure your apex is good, then you can move on. So I'm going to use my protein bun to put down on those clear nails because I am about to use polish. Now you don't have to do that, but protein bun makes polish stick a whole lot better, and also it helps fill in any like scratch marks. So I'm going to use this Nail Supply Glamour glitter. Now this, if you have acrylic like that, you can use that to cap inside the nail, but like I said, that's an extra step that I did not want to do. So I'm going to use this House of Rose. It's kind of like a metallic glitter too, but I'm going to use both of them stacked on top of each other because this Nail Supply Glamour, you can see like it's not really giving. So I went in with the other one on top because this one was too sheer. But like I said, really any kind of glitter background will help for your full bling nail. So I'm just going to take this. This is very thick, so a little goes a long way. And I'm just going to use it on top of that. After you get done applying it, make sure you apply it thin too. Go ahead and wipe the sides because you don't want that to mess up your shape. Cure that in your lamp, and now it's time to do the full bling. So instead of using my super glue, y'all know I always use my super glue, I'm going to use this Nail Supply Glamour not hard gel, but you know, kind of bling gel, and I'm going to use that for my full bling today. Sometimes I do like to switch it up just because some days I just don't feel like dealing with the super glue. But one thing I will say about the super glue is that if you notice that you take too long doing a full bling, the super glue is going to purposely speed you up because super glue almost dries instantly. So you got to move quick when you use that. But if you're a beginner, I definitely recommend using the gel because it's not going to dry until you put it in the lamp. So you have more time to place everything perfectly. The only thing about gel though, they have to put their hand in the lamp flat and straight. Otherwise, those gems are gonna move. They're gonna slide to the side. If they're holding their hand to the side, the bling is gonna slide. So make sure you tell them put your hand in there straight and flat. Do not twist to the side. But sometimes they end up twisting to the side. Or sometimes with the builder gel, if it's not thick enough, it's just gonna run on its own. So hey, I do recommend this Nail Supply Glamour one though, because it's really good. Oh yeah. So as y'all know, no, my bling box did not come like this. My sizes and shapes used to be separated, but I accidentally knocked them over. So now they're just all mixed in, but it's okay. I did purchase most of these from Blue Streak, but as you know, Swarovski are no longer available for purchase. So that's that. I went ahead and bought mine in bulk. But yeah, so I'm just going in. I'm doing the vertical method where I just go straight down until I fill the whole nail up. Now, one thing I will say is that with these being mixed up, it kind of messes me up because I'm not really taking my time to really pick out the size I need. Like if I see something that'll work, I'll use it. But it's important to know which size to put, because if you put crystals that are too fat or too big on the edges, it'll mess your shape up. And I kind of did that right here on this right side towards the middle. Like those bigger ones right there, I could have replaced with something smaller, but I'm really, you know, not trying to spend too much time trying to literally pick out a size 8 to put on a nail, you know? So if it works, I'll use it. But yeah, try to not put big stones on the edge, and try to avoid the edges altogether, because like I said, it will mess up your shape and it will make your bling nail look fat. So keep that in mind. I went ahead and added more bling and charms off camera because I didn't want this video to be too long, but you know, I just did a little something. And now I'm going to take the same brand, House of Rose, and I'm using their top coat, which I really like. It's not too thick, it's not too runny, and I'm just going to go ahead and top coat the nails. Now make sure you don't top coat your crystals because they will dull out. So what I do is just go around them. You can take a detailed liner brush and go around it that way too, but child, I am lazy, so I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and finish top coating, and that will be it, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I do have another video coming out, y'all. I have been kind of inconsistent on my uploads, but child, life, okay? Life. But yes, expect another video very, very soon though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below your favorite colors to use for spring sets.